We're gonna get our paws all over this production. Lights, camera,
So I've teased it a couple times now, but now it's time to finally review the Timon and Pumbaa TV show from 1995 to 1999. Let's get into this with the first episode. Oh no. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to this review of the Timon and Pumbaa TV series, the only other original Lion King media I've not covered yet. I have been wanting to get this done for a long time, but this series was much longer than first anticipated. It is 3 seasons long, 85 episodes, with each episode having generally 2 segments, so really it's like 171 episodes. It was a lot to get through. The series itself follows Timon and Pumbaa, with Timon being voiced by Nathan Lane, the original actor, for about 10 episodes. Quentin Flynn, aka voice of Axel and Reno, I guess he likes his redheads, voices him as well for the first season, episodes that Nathan Lane doesn't do. And then Kevin Scones, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, voices him then for seasons 2 and 3, but he also does sing the intro. It's set in an alternate kind of world where they live their life of Hakuna Matata, while also going all over the world. The episode names generally give you an idea where they are, like Can You Be My Friend, To Kilimanjaro a Bird, and the Australian episode Back in the Outback. Which I like in that episode, the backgrounds have like little dots like Aboriginal paintings, but then they like focus on like a blue land crab that I've never seen in Australia. Like I don't really know, like do they even exist? But really? Not a kangaroo or a koala? There's also episodes that don't have Timon and Pumbaa and focus purely on Rafiki, and ones that focus on the hyenas Banzai, Ed and Shenji, which also generally happen to be my favourite episodes, as they're just so slapstick, Three Stooges kind of comedy. There's 2 that focus on Zazu, with Zazu pulling out a pulse rifle from aliens at one point, and there's some Simba in there too, just not a dedicated episode with just him in it. In terms of it being an alternate universe thing, is that it's full of humans that they can just talk to, including the recurring characters Quid, voiced by Corey Burton. There's a few recurring characters like Speedy the Snail, Chitato and Chitato, Erwin, Vincent the Bear, Fred, and more. These characters are ranged from funny to extremely annoying, which sometimes is the joke, but then here I am watching an annoying character that I don't want that. Like, Erwin's whole thing is he's annoying and no one likes him. But it's kind of forcing us to also watch this annoying character, which can be fun, for sure, but too much at times.
Whatever. There you are! I've been looking all over for you!
While then you have Quid episodes, who is someone who's like a different character in every episode he is in, which does make it kind of fun.
I, Criminal Quid, the most perpetrating ne'er-do-well bank-robbing rogue east of Alcatraz, culinary quint, the most succulent, palatable, and robustly full-bodied chef in toute la France.
A lot of his episodes, especially in the first and second season, are chase episodes that go full-on cartoon physics. So that's something that is clearly different from the movies, is how cartoony this cartoon is. It's very inspired by Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, and the like, making absolutely no sense. A gag they use a lot would be a character unzipping themselves to reveal they're someone else, which most of the time makes 0 sense, but that's cartoon logic for you. So Timon and Pumbaa themselves are a very enjoyable duo, but I will say, they really made Timon into an a-hole. Like, he's extremely up himself, which is the driving point for a lot of episodes where Timon has to be white all the time, or just argues with someone, causing him to get into some kind of wacky trouble. While Pumbaa is the Pumbaa we know and love, with yes, lots of fart jokes, burp jokes, and the like, while also generally being the smarter one most of the time. Like the joke of Pumbaa knowing what stars are. He does that a lot, where he can do like perfect math and so on. Now to talk about the show itself. It's fun. I had a blast watching it. Most of it anyway. Seasons 1 and 2 were very good. I liked most of the side characters. I really enjoyed seeing Simba, and Cam Clark, who voices him, does a really good impression of him.
Oh, come on, Timon. You wouldn't be lying to a lion now, would you?
What's a good one, Simba!
You like that, huh?
Carnivores.
I loved the episodes with Shenzi, Banzai, Ed. They were a good change of pace, and some of the jokes were hilarious. One of my favourite moments is in an episode where they are pointing at an elephant to go in like specific directions, and then this happens. It happened so quickly, but Ed coming in with that wide load sign had me and my housemate laughing so much. As I mentioned, I like the Crit episodes with their fun chase sequences and just the comedy of them. I do admit, Timon can be a bit grating how rude he can be, but there's also quite a lot of scenes that show you how much he loves Pumbaa when given a choice to like live with a princess or live with Pumbaa. He chooses Pumbaa. Gay. Which there is quite a few gay moments. I will list some of them now because some are wild. Just the intro itself of Timon watching Pumbaa's ass bounce up and down with its sloshing sound, that's pretty gay.
It's our problem-free!
The second season replaced the sloshing sound to like just bouncing sounds, which kind of makes it more funny and a little bit more gay.
It's our problem-free!
Episode 10, Timon does kiss Pumbaa after he wakes up from being dead. Episode 48, this scene here.
Look at the meat on me!
Episode 79, Pumbaa fully makes out with a guy, while like he's dressed like a girl trying to pretend and like the man thinks he's a girl, but Pumbaa is fully into it. Pumbaa is fully into it. That's the key thing there. He's not trying to push him away or anything. He is into it. If that ain't gay, I don't know what is. Well, what about the most obvious one? Episode 22, Mombasa-in-law. In this episode, as the description of this episode reads, Timon gets a visit from his mother to convince her that Timon has settled down. Pumbaa has to play Timon's wife. Yeah, this whole episode is gay-coded to hell. The mum doesn't like Timon's Hakuna Matata's lifestyle, wants Timon to settle down with a wife and family, really mimicking a homophobic parent and gay child life. It's really, really gay. Moving on from that stuff, Season 1 and 2 would also sometimes have a third segment that was essentially a music video. They used The Lion Sleep Tonight, which is interesting because of talks of like being sued for using it in The Lion King, but then they use it here? I don't understand. But I do love how it's sung. I love the visuals. Like, to me, this was like showing the animators could do more than like a simple cartoon. I generally really enjoyed them. Though, speaking of gay, Timon does refer to Pumbaa as his darling.
Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling.
Now that's how the song is sung, but that's still pretty gay. My personal favourite is Stand By Me.
Oh, won't you stand by me?
The animation is great, the visuals and how it's sung is really well done. But also Pumbaa just getting screwed over so much in that segment for no reason at all. But I love it. I really love it.
I don't think I like this song!
But then we hit Season 3, and Season 3 is where things take a turn. Now, it's not all bad. It's probably one of the gayer seasons, which is its own fun, but it's done by a different studio with several different producers, artists, and so on. Simba, the hyenas, Zazu, and a few other characters like Speedy the Snail and all that, they don't make a single appearance in the show anymore. Instead, we get Vincent the Bear, with the one joke being, he a bear, so he's scary. I like him, but the jokes get old, and he talks so slowly that it just gets really boring.
You better quiet down, or I'm gonna put you both in a rocket ship with a one-way ticket to a world of hurt.
Quint is in a couple episodes, but not a single one of them have the same feeling. There's no, like, chase scenes. He's just kind of thrown in there pretty badly most of the time. Season 3 also starts with one of the worst episodes of a show I've ever seen, honestly, where they spent half the time standing in a spot trying to hit a golf ball. Talk about not having a budget. Very clearly, this season did not have a budget, and yet it also has the most episodes? I'm so confused by that. Because another clear thing with the budget is the title cards. Season 1 and 2 had different title cards with each unique artwork. But Season 3 reuses one image from Season 1 throughout the entire one. And then the final episode is a clip show of showing past the veg, but which is perfectly fine. But it's only stuff from Season 3, which comes off as a little bit rude. But it's really not all bad, it's just not the best season. So now I'll go over a lot of notable segments and moments in the show, as there's a lot of episodes, so I won't go all of them, just some good notable moments. For one, they mention death a lot. They are always screaming they are going to die. I feel like that's pretty rare to hear nowadays in a kids show, and so it's just really funny to hear how often they mention death.
We're gonna die!
Because not only do they mention it, they also kill a lot of characters. Like, you'll have a whole episode of them try to catch a bug that has like a entire personality. They don't talk, but again, they have a personality. And then they get eaten by the end of the episode, and it's a little horrifying. In episode 10, Timon burns down an orphanage.
I can't believe you just stood by while that orphanage burned down!
Oh, that was an orphanage?
Yeah, that happened. Episode 7, Erwin, this annoying penguin character, accidentally kills everyone on board a ship. And Timon is kind of happy that Erwin is dead. He's not, in the end, but it's still kind of grim. There's many moments like that. But moving on from death, in episode 24, Simba just used the power of a war like the Lion Guard. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, or is that the power of the war? Episode 36, Once Upon a Timon, is one long episode with the entire cast of Lion King characters that are in the show anyway. The hyenas, Zazu, and Simba, and it's all about how Timon and Pumbaa met, which obviously they also made a movie about that years later, but weirdly enough, they have a lot of the same comparisons, with Timon being an outcast. He's always screwing it up in some way, like he screws up his job protecting the back gate and a snake gets in. Much like him watching for hyenas in a movie, but screwing that up. Speaking of hyenas, he does end up in Ed's mouth at one point. A lot of vor moments in the show, so I had to mention at least one of them. Because, you know, everything I watch has vor in it. Like when Timon and Pumbaa try to hide in Simba's mouth, and Pumbaa farts in it. 2 kinks in 1. Woohoo! Pumbaa is also an outcast because of his streak and doesn't have a family, much like the movie.
It stinks!
Tell me about it.
Okay. I've developed a strong reputation for malodorous asphyxiation, which has led to my alienation. I'm lonely, I'm sad, and I stink.
We don't ever see where Pumbaa comes from as well, which like the movie. Also, at the end of this episode is where Timon can go back after rescuing a princess and get all this wealth and the princess, the girl he loves and everything. But chooses Pumbaa. Gay.
Are you sure you want to give up all that stuff for me?
Yeah, don't you worry about it.
In episode 38, there's 3 segments, 2 of which have 0 dialogue. One is Timon trying to conduct Beethoven, but Pumbaa keeps messing it up, which is simple but fun. And then the next is essentially based on Fantasia, with Timon and Pumbaa trying to catch a bee, but it has these really beautiful visuals. The music is great, and how they use it is also great. This is an episode where the artists were showing off their skills and what they could put on their resume, essentially. It's one of my favourite episodes easily for how fun and colourful it is. Because finding a way to do Timon and Pumbaa without dialogue, they did a really amazing job here. which most of the time in the show there's some really nice backgrounds and colours. The first time I really noticed this was in a scene with Shenzi that randomly has really good animation and a nice background.
I am saying we'd better figure out how to get our claws on those paws.
I've been wanting to find a place to use that clip, and apparently this is the time. In episode 39, there's a Pinocchio reference that is utterly hilarious, as Timon makes his puppet out of wood, and then the blue furry turns him into a real boy.
Now you are a real boy. Ooh, woohoo! Now I can run and play like the other children.
I will never not love Disney making fun of themselves like this. In one of the Zazu episodes, Zazu pulls Scar out of a trash can. That's kind of funny. Also, we think he just straight up has magic in this series, like how he turns this mouse into a big monster thing, or joins Pumbaa and Timon together, or switch their heads. Yeah, there's a lot of body horror as well in this. But yeah, there's a lot I could go over. I have like 30 pages of notes for every segment. I'm not joking, I have so many pages of notes. Because again, there's 170 or so segments, and I did watch them all and pay attention to all of them, just in case there's a specific thing that I need to write down. So, this was a lot. This was a lot to get through. But I can't waste your whole day, and in short, I don't want to waste my day. In short, Timon and Pumbaa is a good idea for a TV show. It's wacky, it's fun, it's funny, the backgrounds can look great, they do some fun stuff, some of the new characters are great, while others are just annoying. I really do love the hyena episodes, I kind of wish they made more of them, and Simba showing up is great. But season 3 is a letdown that doesn't even try. There's no good looking episodes that I could point to and that someone could put on their resumes kind of thing. There's just none of that. And because of that, it does lower my score overall, which I did rate every single episode, all of which barely dropped below 5 out of 10, though there were some stinkers for sure, especially in season 3. But overall, I would give Timon and Pumbaa, the TV series, a score of 8 out of 10 foxes. For the first 2 seasons, it brings it down to a 7 if you watch the 3rd season as well, so I recommend just watching the 1st and 2nd season. It's just a dumb TV show in the end that plays out a little bit like Looney Tunes. It's harmless, but some of the jokes are hilarious. There are some really funny moments in the show, for sure. They really do not skirt around death in this show, and it's so funny. Though yes, Timon can be grating with how rude he is to Pumbaa, though sometimes there are times when Pumbaa can be a little bit much as well, but overall, it is a good watch. They are good friends. I do like watching these two, and I did enjoy a lot of the other characters. So yeah, I do recommend watching seasons 1 and 2 for sure. But yeah, that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below if you've ever watched Timon and Pumbaa and what your thoughts are on it. I have Twitter, I have Blue Sky, go follow me over there. I have a PayPal. If you want, please do give thanks as well to help support my channel. I absolutely appreciate it. There's this hype system thing now where it's like a little star symbol somewhere down here somewhere. If you scroll it along or something, it might be a little star system thing. I don't know, but I know it will help like for my channel and such. So yeah, feel free to do that. I don't think it works for those who don't have an account or something like that. It's really weird. I don't fully understand it myself, but feel free to go, yeah, look and see what happens. I really appreciate it. Please do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and VitoFox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.